Welcome back to the Misperception Podcast. I'm your host, Destiny, and first off, so sorry for the delay. I know y'all missed me. I missed you guys so much. Okay? This is going to be the final episode of this series. I can tell you what love is not. We've been going through our own thing lately, so I hope that you enjoyed the few videos that we have on this love series. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It helped me grow on as well. So that was something that we got to experience together in real time. It was great. But this is going to be our last episode of I Can Tell You What Love Is Not. And this one's going to be a little bit different, right? Because we're ending this one. And if I can leave you with anything, what I want you to know is what I learned here is that the true testament of love is not the ability to receive love from somebody. It's the ability to love somebody back. Love them wholly, love them properly, and love them from a place of security and a place of goodness and wholesomeness, right? If it's from anything outside of that, if I love you because you do X, Y, and Z for me, you need to really sit down and think about the root of that because clause, okay? Sit down and think about that because clause, because there are genuine people that are out here that just love. There are many people out here that love you based on conditions, right? And I'm not saying that there should not be conditions here, because there will be. You come over here, there's gonna be some conditions, because people have their own experiences and boundaries and everything that they have to not only articulate, but it's something in the past that they went through to establish those boundaries, right? Yes, loving with condition can still be loving somebody completely and wholly. Love is not only a feeling, but it's a choice too. Society has taught us that, it's either or. Love is a choice. Love is a feeling, but it is both of them. If two things can be true about anything, that is one of the things that exists that has duality. You can love somebody based on conditions, and that can still be a wholesome love. I can love somebody and choose not to be with them because they don't respect my boundaries. They don't respect just me or the state that I like to keep myself within. Right? When you are experiencing life for so long and your love partner do emerge, there's gonna be a learning curve for both of y'all. Love isn't about, let's sacrifice this, let's compromise on this, let's force ourselves to be together. Why I say it's a feeling in a choice is because when you begin to love somebody, right? That sentiment that we all feel, being in love, being head over heels, trusting them, and all of that good fun stuff, that is a sentiment. That's a feeling. We don't control how we feel most of the time. We receive something and we feel, those emotions based on what we receive. If love was solely a feeling, we'll fall in love with everybody that we pass. We'll fall in love with everyone that we experience. But because that feeling is tied to certain individuals, that brings up the conversation about alignment and spirituality and God and all these things, right? But then there's a choice. I can love you. I already recognize that I love you. But will I choose to commit? Will I choose to spend the rest of my life with you? Will I choose to wake up and learn to love you every single day? Because that's what we see in relationships where people have been together for a long time. They think they know their partner. Oh, we've been together 11 years. There's nothing else for me to know. I know everything about your mind. I know everything about your body. I know you stand spiritually. But the fact is, once you get to that comfort place in love with your partner, that's when you will start to fall out of love. Because when you believe that, I know everything I can know about this person, you're wrong. People change every day, right? But you can measure it, and this is my rule of thumb. That person that you began to love and fell in love with long time ago changes every 2 years. That is a new person every 2 years. And if you really want to be technical about it, every year that person's supposed to be growing. But since everybody process is different, every 2 years that's a new person. That's a new opportunity for you to learn them. Change will occur within them and within you regardless. That's the point of evolution. That's the point of growing and coming of age and becoming more wiser and more experienced. If you don't dedicate yourself to loving this person, which means I'm going to always try to figure out what's in your heart and what's in your mind and what you care for, your new hobbies, your new perspectives. But once you get comfortable and you get into this place of stagnation, what will happen is that love will start to leak out, right? And while I still feel how I feel about you, that love for you will start to leak out. And I'm gonna be less inclined to choose you. I don't love you any less. I still love you. But I'm less inclined to choose you because of your inability to love me back. Because I grew, right? I grew. And you refuse to. So now there's a disconnect within our alignment. And now, although there is love present because that's ordained, or that's the divinity of love between both of us. That's the love. It exists right here. But I do have an option to choose you. Free will exists in everything that we experience. When we choose to commit our life to God, when we choose to listen to God, when we choose to launch new business endeavors, when we choose to continue to love our partners. There is a choice that's always going to present itself, and no matter how much love is in that room, you'll still have to choose at the very end of the day if this is the person you want to commit to. If this is the person that you want to continue to build with, if this is the person, right? And the thing is, if you choose not to commit, you can still leave in love. You can still act in love. You can still regard to this person in love because that emotional pull, that experience, that divinity that exists between both of y'all, that connected y'all in the first place, still exists. That's why I never understood how people say, oh, I hate that person. No, you used to love them. I can't be with you. But hate, I don't know, that doesn't go right with love to me. If you can hate somebody that you claimed you once loved, I really question if it was love at all. Whether it worked out, whether it didn't work out. I think something that is very particular about love is that you need to learn to love the person. A lot of us don't love the person. We love what they do. We love the rooms that they can put us in. We love the way that they compliment us, right? We love the way that how they make us feel. We're feeling a little less alone. We're feeling desired. We're feeling all these dopamine hits that say, yes, I want to be with this person. That because clause trips a lot of us up because it's not organic. It's based on some deep-rooted resource or asset that they provide. We find ourselves in situations where, I've been with this person for 10, 11 years. I can't leave now. Yes, you can. You can walk clean out that door in love. You can communicate where you are going because at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, what happens is that you can love somebody enough. Our society doesn't talk about this enough. Our society does not talk about this enough. You can love somebody and leave. I 100% support leaving out love. I feel like you don't have to bust people window out their cars, slash their tires, and call their mama names all because you're upset because something didn't work out. That is life. You can literally leave out of love. You don't have to burn bridges because even though this thing may not have worked romantically, remember that alignment still existed. And if alignment existed, y'all were meant to cross paths. Y'all were meant to give each other these lessons. Y'all were meant to be in each other's lives. Why would you feel that with turmoil and chaos? You can leave in peace. You don't know where this journey leads. But if you fall in love with somebody and they fall in love with you and it doesn't work out, that is still somebody you're supposed to consider a friend at the bare minimum. Especially if it wasn't violent, if it wasn't like crazy. Because I'm not talking about them. If there is somebody that's violent and just abusive, when you leave, you don't look back. I don't care how much love was there. When love changes and life continues on, you still either choose your partner or you don't, based on that feeling. I love this day and age because we are seeing so many conversations about love, and we have been given the opportunity to really distinguish what that is for us. We've been given this vast sea of relationships. We are seeing relationships that are involving multiple partners. We're seeing relationships that are thriving in monogamy. We're seeing people living freely without the judgment of being single and enjoying themselves. And with that, you find what works for you. I promise you, and I'm sparing y'all the details. I promise you that desire that's in your heart, and you talk to God about it already, and even though it may look different from everything that you've seen, you can have it. You can have it, and you don't have to connive and lie to people to get it. Your version of love is worth chasing. Happiness shouldn't be a fleeting moment. That should be something that we exist within. Peace should be something that we exist within. These little ounces of dysfunction should pop in here and there, but it should not be the other way around. This year has been such a beautiful, beautiful journey for me because not only have I been discussing love with God, but the very, very, very first episode of this podcast, if you think about it through these lenses, talked about love too. Talk about loving Him. Then talk about loving myself. How to proceed when I love somebody else and our perspectives are colliding. What you want me to do? I read this quote. Oh, and that reminds me, I don't have a quote of the day. I'm so sorry. But I read this quote, and it was just basically talking about like love is the most divine experience on this planet. It's something that every human being desires, despite if they say it out their mouth or not. Like we have an innate calling to each other, right? We're attracted to each other. We're trying to learn each other, love each other, feel each other. Honestly, that pull factor between every human being exists because God wanted us to love. He wanted us to feel free. He wanted us to feel comfortable. He didn't want us to do this by ourselves. So whether that's a platonic or romantic love, be sure to love that person back. The true flex is learning to love somebody back, right? Because you can't control what people do. People love bomb. People emotionally manipulate you. People, we have seen people get together based on trauma bonding. We have limerence. We have all these lusts. We have every single thing to pull you towards somebody. The true flex isn't getting somebody to love you. It's the ability to love somebody back with everything in you. And if they're not serving you the way you need to be served and the way you deserve, walk away in love. Walk away saying, yes, I still loved you fully, completely, and wholly, but I can't be with you. I'm choosing to walk away because you don't deserve me. I'm choosing to walk away because I've told you one too many times, and it's starting to feel like begging. And my boundaries and my standards, they don't allow me to beg. Walk away in love because people aren't on the same timeline as you. That person may just come back, maybe. And then you can also find somebody better. You can find somebody that's ready. You putting your life on pause, waiting for somebody, is not the answer because there's never a guarantee that they're going to come. You have to start controlling what you do, how far you desire to go. You waiting on what exactly? Because if tomorrow isn't promised and yesterday's history, present day is the only thing that you control. One thing that I had to decide earlier this year was if this person never changes, if what I'm looking at right now, if this is what I get, do I want it? And the answer is no. So I walked away. We don't control the timeline. If that person, because look, what you see is what you get. If that person isn't the person that you want today, then it's time to walk away unless y'all have an arrangement. And that's the fun part. You can be honest with somebody and say, look, this is where I'm at. You want to participate? When you lying and deceiving people under this like pretense of what you want them to believe that you to be, that's when it becomes tricky. That's when you become the manipulator. You become the abuser because you could have told the truth. And while that person may not be with whatever you're trying to get down with, it's too many people on this planet for somebody not to be down with that. You don't have to lie to women and you don't have to lie to men. If you are comfortable in who you are, if you truly believe in what you believe in when it comes to relationships, commitment, and love, you won't have to lie to them, him or her, because you're staying true to who you are. You're staying true to what's been brewing in your spirit. There's no incorrect way of relationships. There are many different forms, many different types. The only thing I do is look online and see it. While they may not be accessible to you right now, they can be when you change your perception and you look inward and you accept your desires. And that's really a testament of loving yourself as well. Loving yourself to not compromise even though what you desire isn't as popular. And I'll say it again. The ability to love somebody back is what you need to keep in your mind. Am I loving this person back? Have I studied their communication style? Have I studied their body language? Have I studied them? Do I know the things they like, they don't like? Am I able to meet this standard? The goal isn't to change for them. It's to change with them, to grow with them, to evolve with them. Y'all can do it side by side. There's so many nuances to life that is super important that we don't do it alone. Find your person. And if that person is just within you right now and you need that solitude to figure it out, that's okay too. Because I'll say something here. I used to have a roster. We're just gonna say that. I used to have a roster. Right now, a girl is single, nice and single, and having a great time. But what I see that's different from having a roster and because you single either way. I'm single with a roster or I'm single AF. Right now, I'm single AF, and there is such a beauty in being single AF. This was this was super necessary for my growth, super necessary for production, super necessary for my mind to make the changes that it needed to make. There's a certain amount of energy that you have stored inside your body that you can use, period. Right? If you have a roster, you are taking away from yourself and you're pouring it into this person, that person, that person. Whether it's serious or not serious, you are taking away from yourself. And when I saw it through those lenses, right? Because most of us talking about we're just having fun. Right. But you're not producing no more. Having a great time, but you're not producing. You're not getting closer to your goals. You're checking your phone every 10 minutes because you're getting a text message from this person, getting a phone call from that person, wanting to go on a date with this person, going out this weekend because you're not able to do what you need to do for yourself because you're busy. Whether you're tied down, locked in or not, you still have commitment to the game, right? This is the first time that I have been in this space and I have been making myself proud. Like, I'm super excited about where I'm going. And while I do get tired because I'm back working again, y'all, you're gonna have to clock in a little bit. But since I'm back working, my fitness is going great, like doing my own endeavors. Yes. But what I've seen come out of this space changed the standard for me. And not too much so in standard in what type of man I'm gonna select, but standard into what I expect from myself. That shifted. And I see that as long as I am in alignment and doing what God told me to do, I don't need a roster. Like, I'm taken care of. I'm looked after. I'm provided for. I'm fine, right? Our journeys are always going to look different because somebody can be in a season of having a roster and learning these men and or these women and learning themselves through these experiences with this woman or man. That is fine too. Make sure what you are doing in the direction you are headed, God walked that way before. Make sure He entered that room before you. That is the biggest thing, because if you don't love yourself, or you haven't found nobody that loves you, or you can't love nobody back, our Creator definitely loves us. And with that, you are fine. Oh goodness. I really wish I had a quote of the day for y'all today. So I guess I'll leave something cute. I finished my book. It is this one. I finished my book. And this book had me crying, y'all. This book had me crying and it had me crying multiple times because it's one of those ones that it really pulls at the heartstrings, y'all. And so, anyways, this guy, he was dying. He had like ALS or something, and he's on his final days. He's old, and then we got a young man who decided to write this book on his behalf, and he's young. And so, since his body was deteriorating, he had a slow death. And within that time, what he decided to do was share his life lessons, things that he learned that literally allowed him to navigate life, what his values was, what his morals were. But something that I can say that I really liked about this one, and I'm gonna have to paraphrase because I don't remember verbatimly. He said he was asking him about like some advice about marriage or something like that, and then he was like, "Do you think marriages are more inclined to work if we got the same morals or values and belief systems? Attraction. How do that play a part? What is the secret to marriage? Because to his dying day, he was married with his first wife. And they had been together forever." And he said, all that stuff is cool. Like, we're individuals, so we're going to have differences. We're going to want to find somebody that's similar, of course. But he said the overwhelming belief system that they had as a unit was the belief in their marriage. They believed in their marriage more than they believed in anything else. More than they believed in, being in sync politically or being on the same level financially. They believed in their marriage. They believed that their marriage stood for something, right? That it taught, that it molded, that it was meant to heal or break generational curses. Their belief in their marriage is what kept them going.